Trussell and Dave Brown right along ringside, and we're ready to go with another big day and a big crowd, too,
Great
David.
crowd here today.
How you doing?
I tell you what, opening match, we're going to have the Japanese in here, Akio Sato, Tarzan Goto. They will be going against the Bryant brothers, Randy and Robert, a new team in the area today. Also, Jeff Jarrett, Pat Tanaka will be along, going against the Memphis Vice. We will have the King going against Nikita Molkovich. That should be a good match. Also, a little bit later on, six-man tag action with Dirty Rhodes, Don Bass, Larry Wright. We will have Excitement Incorporated. Rick McCord and John Paul will be back. And it's going to be a little bit later on, Big Bubba. He is huge. Wait till we see him.
Yeah, I have heard and got a glimpse of that son of a gun. Big.
Yeah, over 400 pounds.
Yeah, did you mention Boy Tony?
Boy Tony will be here, too.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to miss that.
No, I don't want to miss that.
That's all the good news. The bad news is we've got some information about Paul Diamond that we'll be telling you about what happened right here on Championship Wrestling. But right now, let's take time out. We're going to be back in just a moment. To go here on this Championship Wrestling program today. We got the confirmation, and we're going to be hearing a videotaped interview that it was done with Paul Diamond. Paul confirms the fact that if you remember the incident, if you don't, you'll get a chance to see it, that took place with Yamamoto, Sato, Goto, and the Ninja. Paul Diamond's leg is broken, and he will be unable to wrestle. Who knows how long that it's going to be. I guess you're very happy about what you and all your henchmen did with Paul Diamond. His leg is broken right here in the middle of the ring when all of you jumped right on top of him.
Yes, we are very happy. All our Oriental wrestlers are very happy of what we done to Paul Diamond. Yes. What else you want?
I tell you what I would like to see. I'd like to see you get a little respect for wrestling instead of going around trying to break somebody's arm, break somebody's leg, trying to do all the...
What about this, Lance? What about this, you no-good son of a gun?
Hey.
What about this?
Now, listen, Tojo.
What about this?
Let's just keep this between you and the camera. Don't be getting personal with me.
Well, what about this? You look at this.
Well, what about it? Did
what
you
about
ask for it? You guys brought it on the thing. All right, now.
Hey,
you go...
I tell you what, Jared, your family, and all Eddie Marlin family, and the Tanaka family, and everybody in this world gonna get what they done for me. I don't forget, this is nothing yet. You understand? I'm a top Tojo Yamamoto, you understand?
I know how tough you are. I know.
What else? Go ahead, what else?
When you got a stick in your
What,
hand.
you want to fight with a hammer?
No.
Forget your hammer if you want to fight.
Yeah.
You
Listen,
no good.
Tojo, I'll tell you something.
You know what I tell you now? You're a dog. You're a dirty, stinking dog.
Listen, I said it before. Give me the microphone. Give me the microphone. Take them on back out of here now. This is going too far. Will you get out here and get in the ring? I tell you what, you're going to end up sitting in a court of law.
I tell you, look, Lance. You don't think about my hand, but you understand. But I tell you, all the Jarrett family, like I said, all the Marlin family, all the Tanaka family gonna pay what they done for me, and they're gonna get worse. Every time I see them, they're gonna get beaten up.
You're gonna get a little worse too. You think that's the end of it? You think you can get away with anything like that? Let's have the introduction, baby.
This match will be a one fall, 10-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total weight of 475 pounds, wrestling out of Bartlett, Tennessee, Randy and Robert Bryant. And going against them, over on the left of your screen, all from the Orient, from Tokyo, Japan, Akio Sato, Tarzan Goto, Tojo Yamamoto in their corner. Starting, it's Tarzan Goto against Randy Bryant. Gojo, you see him right there. Left arm in a sling. Kendo stick in his right hand. Goto with a headlock on Randy Bryant. Nice move by Randy. Puts Goto down to the mat. He dumped him over his back. Oh, the Bryants tried to make a tag. They just missed it by inches. Goto with a vicious chop. Randy Bryant makes the tag on Brother Robert. Whoa, is he greeted with a chop or not?
Wow. I'll tell you, it's bad enough to go against these guys. I hate to be young fellas starting out going against this team of Goto and Sato, and particularly with Yamamoto standing on the outside. There comes Sato in.
Ooh. Bryant picking Sato up, straight up in the air, and body slams him. Drops down with the elbow. Goto trying to get to the action. Referee sending him back out. Sato caught him in the midsection. He was headed for the corner to tag his brother, but he got caught. Akio Sato. Little hair pulling. He picked him up. Ooh. Picked him up and knocked him down. Here's Goto back in. Goto, the one with the hard head. He makes use of it frequently. He's using those chops right now.
Man.
There, headbutt. Robert looking for the tag. He's close to the corner, but can't get the down. Now he gets the tag. Here comes Randy Bryant back in. Hammered down to the mat by Goto. Goto over the corner. Akio Sato comes in. They double up on him. Goto holds him up. Sato off the rope.
Yeah, while Yamamoto gets the referee away.
There's a cover. 1, 2, and that's it. 2 minutes, 10 seconds, the action, and the Japanese, Akio Sato, Tarzan Goto with Tojo Yamamoto in their corner, get themselves the victory.
So the Bryants have some problems in their opening bout here on Championship Wrestling, but anybody's going to have problems when you have to deal with the likes of the Japanese team that you just saw. We had, as we indicated a little bit earlier, a videotape that was done with Paul Diamond after Paul's leg had been x-rayed and all the things decided on. Let's take a listen to see what Paul had to say.
You know, here I sit and looking at this cast, I can't believe what has happened. Just yesterday I was in the ring at the top of my game, looking forward to more victories, championships, and now here I am, Tojo, with a cast on my leg that you and your men, Sato and Goto, are responsible for. The doctors told me it's going to be about 6 weeks before this darn thing comes off, and then another 3 or 4 weeks before I'm back in the ring. You know, I've never really had to put up with this, Tojo, and your two jerks, Sato and Goto. But I want to tell you something. It's going to be the 6 longest weeks of my life. It's only been a couple of days now, and already I'm going out of my mind. I can't get you off my mind. I just keep thinking what I want to do to you when I get back in that ring. I just don't know how I'm going to handle this. To sit here night and day and have 2 and 3 o'clock roll around and me not head out to the car and go on the road for 8 o'clock to come around and for me not to be in that ring. Just think about it, Sato and Goto. Think about it real carefully, because every single day I'm going to look at my calendar and put X's as each day goes by, and I get closer and closer to getting in the ring with you, and then you're going to have to deal with this loneliness that I'm going through right now.
Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum is title night, my friend. Yowza, that plus a big 6-man match we'll tell you about in just a moment. One of the titles that's going to be on the line is going to be the AWA Southern Tag Team titles, in a bout in which Dirty Rhodes and Don Bass will be going against Rick McCord and John Paul Excitement Incorporated. Now, in addition to the title being on the line, in case you hadn't heard, the big $10,000 check for the Tag Team Battle Royal that had originally been awarded to Bass and Rhodes has been held up, and it will be at stake because stolen.
Questionable ethics, brother.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying right now. When you come out here and you get hit hand in their head, you can't even wear a hat, you're a cowboy. And then when you go out there real hard and you win $10,000 and they come the next day and say, give me that check back, brother, that's questionable. Very, very questionable. But right there in Evansville, Paul and McCord, we're going to give you a beat in your life, Jack, and we're going to take that 10 grand just like it belongs to us.
It was questionable, too, that you were eliminated and came back in the ring. In addition to that, a 6-man tag match is going to be Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Jarrett, and Wildfire Tommy Rich going against Sato, Goto, and Yamamoto. 3-on-3.
Now, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Jarrett, and Tommy Rich. That's all right. My 3 rejects that was trained under me. Nothing but the coward, stinking, rotten dog. You understand? Tommy Rich hiding behind Jeff. Jeff Jarrett hiding behind his daddy. The daddy hiding behind Tommy Rich. What kind of tag team they got? They can't get my 2 imperial Japanese wrestler. No, you did.
ありがとう、ウィリストの野郎。俺たちが一応するんだ。後藤佐藤、ジャパニーズナンバーワンタッグチーム。東條山本、日本で一番賢いバレーだ。俺たちが一番強いんだ、俺たちが。分かったよ、俺野郎。アメリカのバカでも分かったよ、俺野郎。
Good night. You'll have to be there. All right, Championship Wrestling ready to go in the ring once again, and we're looking to see Jeff Jarrett and Pat Tanaka. Exciting young team. And here they come, Jeff and Pat out, and they'll be going against the Memphis Vice. This is a match that we had going before, and a great match too, Dave, but it was interrupted by Yamamoto and his henchmen. So we're going to see if we can get it going. What do you got today for us? Big Lou said, what a man, and Top Gun. All right, David, here we go.
All right, this match is going to be one fall. 10 minutes will be the overall time limit. Jeff Jarrett and Pat Tanaka going against the Memphis Vice, Jerry Bryant and Big Lou Winston. Referee is Jerry Calhoun. And it's one fall, 10-minute time limit. Looks like Jeff Jarrett is going to be starting for his team. Yep, and starting across the way is Jerry Bryant. Big Lou talking to the crowd.
Ooh, nice move by Bryant. It went around behind, took Jeff Jarrett down on the deck. And you see kind of an over-the-shoulder high five from Jerry to Big Lou. Miami Vice, they have been getting better and better. Lou with that big mouth of his, and Bryant as cocky as he is. The fans really get on their case. And now you can see Big Lou telling the referee he pulled his tights.
Big Lou's telling the crowd to be quiet, don't get involved. You know, they're not asking for their opinion. Of course, the crowd saw exactly what happened.
Top wrestler. Lou goes to a handful of hair to jerk Jeff Jarrett off his feet. Pat Tanaka's trying to tell the referee he's in the hair. Nice reversal, and Jeff drops with an elbow right at the shoulder of Lou Winston. Big Lou. Whoa.
Yeah, a little hair pulling there, but not on the side you might expect to see the hair pulling, huh?
Well, I'm glad to see the young fellas learned about payback.
That's true. That is true.
I don't condone it, but certainly in this case, look at Lou. Has his hand right in there.
Oh, no. Come on. The Japanese and the Ninja sent into the ring by Tojo.
And this is exactly what they want. They want to get the sides where it's so uneven. Sato and Goto on Jeff. Big Lou, Jerry Bryant, and the Ninja on Pat Tanaka. Wait a minute. Looks like a repeat of that Paul Diamond thing. Hey, ref! Jerry! Here comes Eddie Marlin. Eddie Marlin coming in there to help. Jeff out. Sato. Sato on Eddie. David Haskin gets glommed by the Memphis Vice as he comes in. They've ripped Eddie's suit off, torn his shirt off.
Bryant Brothers and Jim Jameson trying to help out. David Haskins out here, too.
They're stomping on Eddie's leg. Come on, get him off Eddie's leg. Man, all they did was work on his leg and ankle. Oh, man.
Don't move it. Don't move it.
He's on. You may be able to get him off on that other leg over there because he just got on his right leg. Is there any way you can get him?
Don't move his leg. Get your leg and your ankle, Eddie.
They were jumping on it, hit it with a chair and everything else. No, that's right.
Hold on, Ed. Hey, Jerry. Need to get somewhere he can't, don't move his leg or something, you know. Here, do it. Yeah, put that
Well, hey, Lance, why don't you just, are we still on the air? Why don't you tell those Japs, why don't you tell that stinking, rotten, slant-eyed Japs to get themselves out here right now when there's several people in here instead of having to jump somebody from behind. Get them out here right now if they got any guts at all. If they yellow like their stinking skin, get them out here.
They're not going to get out there. They're not going to get out here when it's even or anywhere close to even.
They won't take it down 2-on-2.
And what they want to do is get out when they've got 5 guys against 3 guys or something like that. No, you're not going to get him back. Yeah, be careful and get him out. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what we're going to do. While they're getting Eddie out, we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back in just a moment. On Thursday, October the 16th, Caruthersville, Indiana will be hosting championship wrestling at Caruthersville High School, sponsored by the Volunteer Fire Department. Tickets on sale at the Fire Department. Thursday, November the 6th at Vincennes, Indiana at the Vincennes University PE Complex. And Thursday, November the 20th down the road, Mount Washington, Kentucky. We'll tell you more about that. Now, let's take out just 30 seconds here to tell you about the action coming up on Title Night at the Evansville Coliseum. Wednesday night is when it's going to be. There will be a 5-match, one-night tournament to establish the new international heavyweight champion. Some of those entered. Pat Tanaka will be there. The Giant Hillbilly will be there. The huge Big Bubba will be there. The Ninja and many others going in that 5-match, one-night tournament for the title. Mid-America title, Tracy Smothers against Boy Tony. Bass and Rhodes against Paul and McCord for the Southern title in the Czech. And then Jarrett, and Rich against Sato, Goto, and Yamamoto.
The King stepping up on the ring apron right now, already in the ring, and jumping the King as he comes through there. Nikita Molkovich from Siberia. He jumped Lawler even before Lawler got through the ropes. Lawler moved out of the way, and the Russian maybe finds out what kind of battle he's in for here. Lawler with the right hand, pounding the Russian. King back to the rope. Down with the right hand. cover. 1, 2. It's over. Took him 37 seconds as he was jumped even before he got through the ropes.
That's what got him hot.
Absolutely.
Malkovich jumped him right before the bell even rang, and here he comes, flying off. Wham! He nails Malkovich, and then it was a matter of holding him. 1, 2, 3. We got a brand new video, Dave, of the King. It's called Going Crazy. This is an interesting thing we've seen. As a matter of fact, the very first wrestling video was of the King way back. And this is one we think you might be interested in. It's called Going Crazy. Let's take a look at this. Okay, we are ready almost with our next bout. We're just going to go right ahead in here on this one, and it's going to be a tag action match that will have the former Fire, Flame, and Torch together. Let's have the official introduction, David.
This one is going to be a 6-man tag team match. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit at a total of 631 pounds. Over on the right, from Mississippi, Jerry Garman. From Memphis, Tennessee, David Johnson. And also from Memphis, Jim Jamison. Across the way, the total weight, are you ready for this? 903 pounds. Dirty Rhodes, Don Bass, and Larry Wright, the former Fire, Flame, and Torch. Underway, 6-man tag action. That's Don Bass from Arkansas. Starting against? Who's he starting against? He's starting against Jerry Garman. Garman giving away half a ton of weight.
Boy, they are so outweighed. This is Larry Wright who is in there. He is the former Torch. And going to the corner is Jerry Garman. Here comes Jim Jamison in.
About the only chance they've got is to keep a fresh man in there all the time, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that, given the ability that this other team has to keep them tied up away from their corner.
After 60 seconds in there, the guy is no longer fresh. That's for a fact.
That's true.
Pounding away. Dirty Rhodes just beating Jim Jamison. Snapped him out of the corner, Jim Jamison.
Jamison's cut open his forehead.
bleeding.
Dirty Rhodes pounding on him in the corner over here. Yelling, get up, Lawler. I think he's maybe looking ahead to some other match somewhere.
That's it. He's got a match coming up with the King, and he's... Dirty Rhodes' head still pretty well bandaged up as a little souvenir. I think think what he's doing is dreaming that's Jerry Lawler, you know, because he knows doggone well he's not going to be able to pound Lawler around like that.
Don Bass with that upper arm just nailed him, just popped him right down to the mat. Bass puts Jamison back in the ropes, clothesline. Over to the corner and makes the tag again on Dirty Rhodes. Dirty Rhodes picking him up, power slam down to the mat. The cover count is 1, 2. And
he got him.
Mercifully is history. 2 minutes, 25 seconds the time. Jim Jamison cut badly by Dirty Rhodes, Don Bass, and Larry Wright.
Well, you just had to keep beating on him until you busted him.
That boy's from the Jerry Lawler School of Wrestling. Let me tell you something, Lance Russell. And let me tell all these idiots out here what that team did last week, brother, when he come out here with a 2-liter Coke bottle and busted over my head.
Yeah, what are you talking about that? What do you call running a guy off the road, getting 3 of you to jump on top of a guy and beat him up out there?
That's an out-and-out lie. That's an out-and-out lie. Everybody here knows that Jerry Lawler's a bad driver. Now, on top of that, he knew he had to come here and face me. He ran off the road. And everybody know he is prone to drink at times. That's right. He ought to be in jail right now for drunk driving.
I know who had the keys to his car. I saw him.
There's a lot of car keys around, Lance Russell. I own a car, too. Now, let me say something, brother. When you bust a bottle over a man's head, you have no regard for his life, his eyesight. What if that went in my eyes, Lance Russell? What if that jagged edge went in my skull? I'm going to tell you something, brother. It's going to come between me and you. And there ain't no love lost, and ain't no love gathered, brother. And one of us has got to go down, and it's going to be you. Now, I heard him out there saying something about he wanted to give his fans something. What did he want to give them, killer? A crown. A crown! A crown right here. Look at that crown right there.
That doesn't.
Hey, look here. Some lucky fan might be nice to win this. That's right.
Tell you, when Rodney Dangerfield says it, no respect, it's a funny line, but I'm going to tell you what, we don't mean it funny at all. These guys got no respect for people. They got no respect for possessions. Yamamoto and the Japanese team, exactly the same thing. I'm sorry, Jerry, they just ruined it.
Now, hey, they didn't ruin that for me. That's something they ruined that I said, just stood out here a while ago and I said I was going to give to some of the fans down there. That's who they ruined this for. That's what I'm talking about. Jerks like that, like you said, Lance, they have no respect. All they got to do is it shows how it takes a big, tough man to stomp on something that can't fight back, don't it? But, brother, you can't stomp on the king, can you? That's why you have to stomp on something that can't fight back. But when I get in the ring with you, I'm going to stomp you just like you stomped this crown.
Hey, Jerry, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a minute. We've had a lot of new wrestlers from time to time come by Championship Wrestling, but I'll tell you one thing. I don't believe we've ever had many of them that have been the size of the big guy coming up here right now from Miami, Florida, Big Bubba. He tips him in at 407 pounds, and he is here with Championship Wrestling.
I tell you what, Big Bubba, that's the name, brother, and I want all those people out there to remember it. Let me tell you, 600-pound bench press, 25-inch arms. I'm here for a reason. I just come off of a world tour, and all I ever heard was the roughest, the toughest wrestling was right here in this area. Well, brother, I hear there's an international belt on the line. The next time I want I want all those people out there to watch, because the next time I come into the studio, it's going to be sitting right here in these hands.
You got big enough hands to have it. We'll see. You got a match right up here right now. Big Bubba. Woo! Oh, good night. He is some size, Dave. He is.
Big Bubba stands at 6'7". He's in the ring right now. 6'7", 407. Big Bubba going against David Haskins. David out of Memphis, Tennessee. David, pretty good size at 235 pounds, but he's going to look very small compared to this big guy out of Miami, Florida, Big Bubba. Bell sounds, and here we go. Bubba, just on size alone, is going to have to be considered a favorite starting, a heavy favorite. Look at the size of that guy's arm.
Yeah, I was just looking at him and through the chest and the arms in there. He's sheer power. I don't know whether he can wrestle, but I'll tell you one thing. He certainly has got the physical part of it. 6'7". Just look at the way he towers over David Haskins, and you made the point that David is no peanut by any means.
David's a former collegiate football player at 235 pounds. And look, he just picked him up and threw him halfway across the ring. He's done that a couple of times already in the match.
I don't know what you do with a guy this big and this strong. He makes no bones about it. He uses that size to do whatever he pretty well wants to.
I think what you got to do is get him off his feet, and believe me, that's much easier said than done. Very easy to say sitting over here. Look at that. Wow. Just
Pitched him all the way across the ring. I mean, he threw him to the corner. Big Bubba.
Haskins looking for an opening. Not finding one.
Really?
Ooh. Big broad arm. There's Haskins up in the air again. Straight over the head and then just slammed him down to the mat.
Drops with a big leg, and brother, that was got a lot of mustard behind it when he falls on you.
Oh, he's sitting down again.
Look at the size of this.
Shoulders are down. He picks him up at the 2 count. Now, come on. No excuse for that at all. He probably could have gotten the 3 count easily. Haskins ducks under. Big Bubba just catches him rather nonchalantly. Just kind of picked him up in the air.
Turned around, picked him up,
threw him
slammed him down.
Awesome.
Clothesline puts David down on the deck. And look at this. The Big Bubba splash. 1, 2, 3.
2 minutes, 27 seconds the time. And I don't know about you, but I'm impressed.
Yowza. Some kind of giant. Big Bubba. Well, we've been talking the entire program about Boy Tony. Right now is our chance for everybody to get their first look at Boy Tony. Here he is.
Hello. You people will remember me as Tony Falk. But Tony Falk died one night at a rock concert in St. Petersburg, Florida. And Boy Tony was born. Now, you people remember Tony Falk didn't win very many wrestling matches. But Boy Tony wins 9 out of every 10 matches. Now, I want to take some time to explain this to you. Now, you be good. And I'm going to tell you how it all happened. See, it goes like this. One night, I said, I'm going to go to this concert to see Boy George. And while I was there, he noticed that I was out there, and he stopped everything and announced that we had a great wrestler in the audience. And I stood up, and everybody gave me a round of applause, and I sat back down. But after the show, Boy sent someone out to tell me to come backstage, and he wanted to talk to me. And what Boy George wanted to tell me is he told me, Tony, you've got to quit trying to be like everybody else, copying their styles and their moves. And you just got to be yourself. And when you do, everything is going to happen for you. So from that day on, I just started being myself. I dressed the way I wanted to dress. I walked the way I wanted to walk. And I talked the way I wanted to talk. And I was successful. So I went back to Boy George, and I talked to him, and I said, you know, this has changed my life so much that I want from this day on to be known as Boy Tony. And Boy George and I became such good friends. He asked me would I help him with his special projects. I went with him to help on the Farm Aid, the Live Aid concerts. I went to Hollywood with him, and I met a lot of his friends. And I thought that it was really nice that Boy George was helping those poor farmers and those people over in Africa. And I thought it would be wonderful if I could do something for the wrestling fans, to clean up these wrestling fans, because you know some of them are pretty nasty. They need soap, they need toothpaste, and I said that I'm going to raise money. Boy even said he would help me with the concert to raise money for these wrestling fans. Now, my special project is going to be called Fan Aid. Now, I told Boy George it wasn't good enough just raising money and buying things and sending them over there to Africa, because them Africans didn't know how to use them. But see, I'm going to take time and teach these people, these fans, how to use deodorant and how to use toothbrush and toothpaste and how to shampoo your hair properly. I'm going to show everybody how to use these things properly. Each week, I'm going to have my own Boy Tony hygiene tip of the week right here. So if you will follow me now into my powder room, I will show you the first tip of the week. Now, I'm going to have to put this microphone down right now, and I'll talk real loud so you can hear me. Now, I want you people to go and get in front of the mirror, and I want you to smile real big right now. Just go ahead, smile. Now, you see all that green stuff and that brown stuff between your teeth? That's not supposed to be there. And Boy Tony is going to teach you how to get it off right now. First of all, you need a toothbrush and some toothpaste. Now, all you do is you take the cap off and you squeeze a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to be wasteful. Put the cap back on the toothpaste. Now, that's a no-no to leave the cap off. Never do that. Okay, now, take the toothbrush with the toothpaste, run a little water, and stick it under there just for a moment, and then take the toothbrush with your toothpaste and just scrub up and down. There you go. Up and down. All around. Oh, yeah. Just watch me, boys and girls. Just like this. Now, at first, you will have a little problem with your gums starting to bleed, just a little bit. But that's no problem, because after a while, your gums will get used to that. But you got to get that green stuff off of them teeth. And just keep scrubbing up and down and all around. And after you get finished, take a little water and rinse out your mouth, and then you can have a big, white, beautiful smile like Boy Tony has. Now, I want you to be sure to join me next week for another Boy Tony hygiene tip.
Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night. Son of a gun, what a night that's going to be. All those tag action matches are going to be taking place. A tournament for the international heavyweight. We got a Southern tag title tournament that's going to be going in there with Rhodes and Bass against Rick McCord and John Paul. Now, you guys, not only are the titles up and you've got your crack at the title, but that check is at stake from the Battle Royal, and that's one you got a real interest in too.
Well, I'll tell you what, Evansville, you better be ready to see the most exciting action that's ever been in that town, because Dirty Rhodes and Don Bass have stolen something from us. That's $10,000, and that's a lot of money. And the other thing that's going to happen is we're going to become the new Southern Tag Team Champions. I was watching an interview earlier that they made. Dirty Rhodes was standing out here shaking so bad he was almost crying. Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to be really crying when you're $10,000 broker and less champions.
Yeah, John?
That's right. All I can say, man, you took something from us, man, and we're coming to get it back. We're going to get the belts at the same time, brother.
Okay, good luck to you. We're looking forward to seeing that Wednesday. I'll tell you another one I want to see, and that's that six-man match. It's going to pay it all off. You're going to have Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, joined by Tommy Wildfire Rich against Sato Goto and Yamamoto.
That's
you
right,
got to
man.
look at him right
this
there.
week is 3-on-3. Now, I'm not out here to make excuses for my dad and myself.
But last week, Dad got in a predicament on the floor. Tojo was out there beating him with the stick, and the other Jap was on him. And the other Jap was trying to get up the pole and get the strap. Somehow I was fighting both of them off. I got up the pole and got the strap, and as soon as I come down, Tojo's in the ring with his own strap.
Yep.
But that's last week, Lance, and this is this week. And Tojo is 3-on-3 this week, and I'm going to give you a beating of your life, and that is a promise.
You know, Jerry, is one of those things you got to watch Yamamoto all the time.
Yeah, Lance, Jeff said it all. We've got to get even. It's time to quit feeling sorry for ourselves. And Tojo, I want to tell you something. You got out of a beating, but you're not going to get out of it this week. The ultimate humiliation is to have your pants down and your bottom spanked. That's what's going to happen to you.
You bet.
John Paul, and there they are. Excitement Incorporated getting ready to go in this final match here today. David?
Yes, indeed. It's going to go to the expiration of time. Already in the ring, their opponents up there were waiting for them. And now Rick McCord and John Paul, Excitement Incorporated, step up onto the ring apron, through the ropes, and we'll await the signal from referee Jerry Calhoun as we're set to get this one going. Expiration of time match it is. Keith Eric and the Invader over on one side of the ring. It looks like Keith Eric is going to be starting. He'll be starting against John Paul. John Paul out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. His partner, Rick McCord, out of Salem, Virginia. Keith Eric out of Memphis, Tennessee, and the partner, the Invader, out of parts unknown. Tag made by John Paul. That's Rick McCord coming in. He hammered the left arm of Keith Eric.
Yeah, time has run down today so that we really are very, very short on time. But we'll bring you just about as much as we can, which isn't going to be more than about another minute or minute and a half of action in here.
There's a slam by John Paul. The Invader finds himself lying on the mat and probably in a bit of pain. Invader off the ropes. Nice move. John Paul power slams him down to the mat. He does not go for a cover. He does tag Rick McCord, and they put it together. There's a count of 1, 2, and 3. Well, Excitement Incorporated getting themselves a victory here. That is opening fall.
Turned one up here with a nice opening fall victory. And we're going to take time out. We'll be back with more action coming up for you in just a moment. Bell time for the second fall of action. Boy, the first one didn't take very long.
Oh, it didn't.
I'll tell you that, Dave.
59 seconds the time on it as Rick McCord got the pin. There was a team effort by Rick McCord and John Paul. Like that right there, kind of double drop kick by Excitement Incorporated. John Paul stays in there after the tag, working on the Invader. The Invader was pinned to end the first fall.
Keith Eric, Keith wasn't officially in the match, has not as yet officially been in it. He came rolling in and just missed McCord's head as he was going to break that one up. The Invader popped down, and there's a tag on John Paul.
Correction, I think Keith started the match, but he was only in there for maybe like 10 seconds at the most, and he made a quick tag out of the Invader. Yeah. Most of the match he has been, in fact, standing out on the apron. That's what he's doing right now. Look at this. This help really works together well. 1, count of 2. Keith Eric able to break it up. Looked like another quick fall for Rick McCord and John Paul, but Keith Eric able to interfere in time to prevent the 3 count from falling.
Little snap suplex from McCord puts the Invader down. The Invader, that's where he has spent his time, is on the canvas, as Paul now picks him up. Looks like he's going for a suplex. He does. Snaps him over and down, and again the Invader on the deck. Here comes Rick McCord. Drops with that elbow. Covers up. Count of 1, 2, and
again.
Out of it.
Keith Eric able to get there and break it up just before the 3 count. Oh, big forearm by John Paul. Across the back of the Invader. Invader fired into the rope. Catches the elbow coming out of there. Covered by John Paul. He's looking over his shoulder. Now there's what it'll do for you. Keith Eric had been in to interfere 2 or 3 times, and John Paul looking over his shoulder to see if Eric was coming. Lost the concentration and allowed the Invader to get shoulder up, so he did not get the 3 count again. Here's McCord trying for the 3 count. He got a count of 2. Invader that time able to get the left shoulder up off the mat rather easily. Ford snaps him down again. Count is 1, 2. This time just too close to the corner.
Eric got in there also, was getting ready to stomp on him, and McCord lifted up out of the way.
Yeah, good move by Rick. I think what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to... they're also going to have to double team on that. There's a count of 2. The Invader kicks out of it. The man out in the corner for McCord and John Paul is going to have to watch Keith Eric, keep him out of the action to get the 3 count. There's a 2 count. Just as I was saying that, it looked like John Paul almost had him for the 3 count, and Eric was not on the way to save him. Double drop kick again. Boy, these guys work together as a tag team in a terrific manner. Good moves.
Clothesline.
Flying through the air. Cover by McCord. Count again at 2, and the Invader able to break out of it. Boy, this Invader, got to hand it to him. He hasn't done much of an offense today, but he's a fighter, and he's able to break those covers. Count at 2 again. He kicks out at the 2 count.
He has not made any smart moves to get to Keith Eric, though. I believe that's what I'd be doing if I was in his place, Dave.
Got to agree with you. Reverse neck breaker by Rick McCord. This might do it. Count is 1, 2, and there comes Keith Eric to break it up at the 2 count. McCord has finally had enough of that. He went over to take a punch at Keith Eric. Eric, wisely, though, kept going. He was down on the floor at the time, out of range of Rick McCord's right fist.
Championship Wrestling, having met 2 new faces today, one of them being Big Bubba and the other one being Boy Tony.
Here's Rick McCord up on the ropes. He drops down across the outstretched arm of the Invader, being held there by John Paul. Knee drop. Leaves him lying there.
Rick still has the distinction of being the only wrestler that we've ever had on Championship Wrestling from Salem, Virginia.
That is absolutely right. He right now is in control of the Invader. The Invader is on the mat, and as you pointed out earlier, that's where the Invader has spent most of the day, lying face up on that mat.
He's had a restful tour down there on the canvas as they have really pounded him down, and the Invader gets put down again, and Keith Eric still standing on the outside. He has made a lot of moves into the ring and has broken up a lot of counts.
He has.
But he has not, since that opening few seconds, has not officially been back inside the ring the entire match.
John Paul again getting a 2 count on the Invader. Invader breaking out of it. Here comes Rick McCord back again. I can't tell you how many times in this fall they have had a 2 count on this guy. He has been in there officially all the way except for about the first 10 seconds of the first fall. The second fall, he's been in there the entire time. Count is 2, and again he kicks out of it. That is amazing, as many times as he's kicked out of this. John Paul and Rick McCord, give them credit. They just keep coming right back at him. Keep coming right back, and if it continues and they don't make a mistake, sooner or later they're going to get that 3 count slipped in there, and they are going to have 2 straight falls here. They have controlled the entire tempo of the match.
They won the first fall, and so the worst that could happen to them is something, just a bolt of lightning struck them both, and they lost the second fall. There it is.
He got the 3 count, and McCord did come in to keep Keith Eric out of the action. As we said earlier, that's probably what it was going to take. It is what it took. John Paul got the 3 count in the Invader, and this fall is over. It's 2 falls to none for Rick McCord and John Paul.
Yowza, they will end up winning it. We will not have time for any more action to go in there. But I think it probably was enough for the team of Eric and the Invader, too.
Especially Invader, boy.
Yeah, he was pounded down a lot. We had an unfortunate incident today where Sato, Goto, and Yamamoto, with others involved, ended up hammering Eddie Marlin down. Eddie has gone to get some x-rays taken of his leg and all, but they did their dead level best to break it. I can assure you that. Well, we don't want to get off on that. We got to go.